Hello, this is Bullet, aka the Passive Aggressive Sherpa. In today's video, I want to talk about Nightfall and the fun I had the other night. It was so unexpected. It's no secret that I think Bungie has pretty much ruined the weekly Nightfall, and I'm certainly not the only one who thinks so. I've mostly lost interest in it for a number of reasons, but that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about the awesome time I had running this week's Nightfall Tuesday night. It was getting close to quitting time for me. That time of night when I start looking over at the clock and trying to figure out what activities I have time to do before I call it quits. I decided that I would either try to solo this week's Nightfall using my hunter Kayla, or I would jump into guided games if the wait wasn't too long. The past few days, I had seen waits longer than 45 minutes. Ain't nobody got time for that. So my hopes were not high for finding two others to play with in the time I had left to play. But I checked, and to my surprise, the wait said it was going to be just 8 minutes. Hell, I can wait 8 minutes. I clicked through all the accepting stuff, and of course then after I've already clicked into the thing, I realized I gotta pee. Jumped up, took the quickest pee in the history of pees, and then got back less than a minute. Jumped onto YouTube to see if any of the 2.5 people that actually watch my videos had seen my most recent one. By the time the page loaded, I was prompted to join the guides. Total time couldn't have been more than 5 or 6 minutes. I had forgot to set my audio settings to automatically put me into game chat. So I went in and did that. The two randoms weren't in game chat. For me, that's a blessing and a curse. A blessing because I have social anxiety issues. In a nutshell, I don't really like people. So I was glad I didn't have to talk to anyone. But it's Nightfall, and communication is usually needed for a successful run. But I have run this Nightfall hundreds of times in an attempt to solo it. No joke, hundreds of times. I make it to the boss fight most times without even dying, and yet I always run out of time. My point being, I know this strike like the back of my hand. So the fact there would be no communication was more than fine with me. My plan, I would follow their lead unless they didn't know what they were doing, then I would take over and get shit done. But these two players were okay. There were some deaths. I died twice. I know they died a few times, but even so, we finished this Nightfall with over 7 minutes left. Not too bad for randoms. The experience was so good, I decided to go back with my hunter, or with my warlock. Her name's Julia Morgan. Anyways, she is my weakest of characters in Destiny 2, thanks to Bungie making every subclass and every exotic for the warlock mostly suck. I figured if there was a short waiting period, I'd jump on it. And there was. The estimated wait time, 6 minutes. I was all over it. In this second run, with two different randoms, we still managed to get it done with more than 7 minutes left, and considering that I died a lot more than a few times, that was awesome. I decided to go back for a third time with my Titan, my best character. I was a Warlock person in Destiny 1, but in Destiny 2 I'm becoming a Titan person, because it's just by far the strongest character. I changed characters to my Titan and checked the guided game's wait time, and it was also about 8 minutes. I had to go. I was on later than I had planned, but this is one of the few Nightfalls that doesn't suck. Fun modifiers, fun strike. Sure, the overall Nightfall experience sucks, don't get me wrong. But out of all the sucky Nightfalls, the two they have with Torrent as modifiers are at least tolerable, and even fun when playing with a fire team. Anyways, my level of anger and disappointment at Bungie for all their mistakes, poor management, poor planning, poor quality control, and a serious lack of content, it was just so refreshing to have everything go as right as possible for one night. Good fire teams, short waits, and a decent strike with decent modifiers. It was one of the best nights I've had playing the game. This is how it should be. This is what's missing from Destiny 2. It's just not as fun as it used to be. But I'll take what I can get. The best night for me was the last time this was the weekly Nightfall. My buddy Medium was on. We ran the strike several times. We did a bunch of guided games and kept trying to beat our times. I had a blast. We ran the strike for a good couple of hours. But this past Tuesday night was a close second, and for that I'm thankful. And that's pretty much it for this video. No ranting and raving, just a good time playing the game. It doesn't happen as much as it should, but it did happen, and I'm glad to be able to show it to you. As for the rest of this video, I'm going to let it play out at this speed because I find it oddly hypnotic to watch it in fast forward. I also included the boss fights from the other 2 times I ran this Nightfall that night for your viewing pleasure. And remember, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Seriously, every like makes me smile. And for someone that doesn't smile often, that's a pretty big thing. Once again, this is Bullet, aka the Angry Sherpa, aka the Passive Aggressive Sherpa. And if we could get 2,787 likes on this video, that'd be great. Thanks for watching.
We went through a gate, and now we're looking at a scary bottomless pit.
What? There is no pit, only the fractal shores of a radiolarian lake. This is nothing like Asher's stories of the Pyramidion. This is clearly some kind of trap.
We're in some kind of interdimensional terminal.
A synthoneural terminus. You're on Brachion's doorstep. Inform the Genesis mind that it has guests. Yes, I've dreamt of revenge since I woke in the hospital without my arm.
So it's just us and a massive Vex gate.
Ah, the Vex gate at the center of the lake.
What lake?
The lake where you will ride Brachion's horns into dust and crush its chassis beneath your boot. That lake. on! Did you sever its arm from its chassis and send it spiraling into the infinite?
It's dead. It's real dead.